it's Christine. Today I'm doing Iron Crafters with Peace Craft Love, and today's ingredient is brads or buttons or eyelets. And I've got all these little brads here. It's a Stampin' Up set, rhinestone brads. And I picked these because I have this February 2023 Scrap Room Flavors of the Month kit that is this very like snow kit, okay? Winter time kit here. Oh, those are really pretty though. It says it's a snow day. I don't think I'm gonna use this side. I'm not sure I use this piece of paper, we'll see. And then I have these pictures here. How old is this? This has gotta be 2004, y'all. We don't get snow very often here in Texas. So this is about as often. No, we've had some since then, but not often. But anyway, so I had these pictures in my box of random pictures over there. So I pulled these out. And then in that little set is of the ephemera that you get with Scrapper. You get like little samplings. There's this little frame. So I'm thinking I'm going to use it on the road here. And then I'll have these two. And I'll kind of organize it. I don't have a sketch or anything, but I think I kind of have an idea. And then there's all these little like ephemera pieces. So, but my idea is to take and put these kind of all over in some kind of way to make it look kind of like snow or something like that. That's kind of my thinking. So I will end up, I normally, in more recent past, I haven't used brads like this because, frankly, brads like this would have no back. I'm sorry, I'm trying to show you guys. Like it's adhesive, like so it looks like a brad, but it's not. Or you can snip them off, and I've been snipping them off. But I'm not going to snip these off. I'm going to go ahead and poke these. So I'll end up pulling out, I'll kind of do that a little bit on camera so you can see how I used to always do it, and I haven't done it in a while, but I'll show you how I used to do it. And I don't even know what my title is. Is there a title in here? Couldn't even tell you. Could not even tell you. Maybe it's just snow. I don't know. I may have something in my titles over there that's wintry. So let me get to, I need to cut this down. I need to kind of organize, choose my paper, like overall stuff, my approach there, and I'll be back on in a minute.
Okay, gang, so what I have done is I've gone ahead and I'm just using all the papers by this point. I have taken the light blue, and that's my biggest piece. I did use the piece of craft cardstock, made another little smaller mat at 11.5, and then I took the wood grain and cut it at 11.25. And so it's a triple matted background. And then now I'm just kind of trying to figure out how do I want to use the next little bit. So the light color paper that the pictures are on right now is the gutted piece from the biggest mat. And then I do love this little soft stripe here. But I realize, you know, if I try to use the whole thing, I'm just going to come up with a beautiful wood grain. So I'm going to end up using the stripe as basically an top and bottom kind of enhancement. Is that the right word? To the light blue. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just figuring out, okay, how far do I need this to be? And I want it'll be kind of inside the light blue. And then I'm going to take the polka dot that's to the left there, because I'm looking at this, okay, what if I put these pictures on this? And I'm like, I still need a little something. So I do trim this down just a hair because I want it to be a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to take that brown, or I say brown, it's kind of a little tan polka dot, and I'm going to end up creating another photo layer for the photos. So this is just layers upon layers upon layers, and I really do like it. It's really beautiful. This collection is just beautiful. We just don't get enough winter snow stuff for me to have enough pictures to work with, y'all, honestly. We're not one of those states that every winter, you know, you've got your first snow or anything like that. If we get snow, it's like, holy cow, whole state just shut down. So yeah, so I'm deciding here, and I kind of debate just a bit. Do I extend past the bigger squares there? Do I stay inside? It's just one of those discussions, you know, you have inside your head about where your papers need to go. Anyway, I'm going to end up trimming my pictures down just a hair because the polka dot is probably 8 inches. I don't remember exactly, but that meant my photos were a little too tall, so I just trimmed off, I think, a quarter inch or something from the top or bottom, whichever one, and space that out right there. I know my photo with the street and the little picture frame is going to go to the right. This is where I'm kind of deciding, oh, no, you're going to have to be smaller than the blue. So I'm just going to kind of put the photos down here, and then I'll come over to the side and I'll trim that in just a moment. Yeah, these little pictures here, every time it snows, it's kind of, you know, again, it kind of shuts the whole state down, or wherever it's at, it shuts you down, because we just don't have the right infrastructure, y'all. We're not meant to. We're not, you know, we don't need to spend the money on it because we just don't get it enough. But like our cars and stuff, we're not really meant to drive on ice. No, our people either, for that matter. So here's where I've kind of glued this down, and I'm going to organize my little striped paper there. And this is where my little little picture frame's going to go. And then I decided I did go get off into my stash, and I've got this silver sparkly thickers here. And I decided Play was a good one because they're out there playing in the yard, basically. They're trying to make snowman. It's not, I don't know that it's real good. Again, we don't get practice. I can tell. The sad part is I don't have the faces of either my husband or my daughter, but I know that's who they are. My daughter's got on these, the little hat and the gloves my mama crocheted. That might be knit now that I say that. She used to knit and crochet all the time. But she's got a little coat and she's got a little glove and hat. She looks so cute. And then my husband, of course, he's got his favorite, he has this real big, thick, nice jacket. I bought that for him. And since, again, it's never cold. It looks brand new. And I think the thing's 20 years old at this point. But it looks brand new because he only has to wear it about 2 or 3 times a year. Okay, so all I've been doing at this point, I've been just kind of building with the little ephemeras, kind of around. And initially, I just start off with that kind of these 2 clusters, if you want to call them that. I've got Snow Memories in the upper left next to Play. And then there was like a little bingo card looking thing that had snow on it as a title. And then, of course, the picture frame has that little cluster of things that says Hello Winter. And I'm trying the other pieces here. I don't actually end up using much else of the paper ephemeras over there. I do end up using that little square. It's up in there upper right. It says Loving the Magic of Wintertime. I actually don't put that on until the very, very, very end. And actually it's off camera because it was kind of laying there and I was picking up and I thought, oh, no, I could still use that. So I'll end up putting that in the lower left corner of the bottom picture. But I think it's in the photos, but you don't see it on camera because I just did it kind of as I was picking up. So I do like how this is organized here, though. I got my little snow. I got my little round, snow memories up at the left. And so I'm going to glue down my picture frame, the little chipboard picture frame, and glue down my snow. And that's when I go, okay, now I have to start messing with my brads. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to have to step away for just a second, so you'll see a little cut here because I got to go cook. I got to put dinner in the oven, y'all. And I'm sorry I'm talking so quiet, but my husband's asleep in the front room up there. He's dozed off. He don't feel very good, so I'm having to be a little bit quiet. I do have this little piece of, it's a little piece of ephemera. It says You Melt Me, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. I like that. Now, I screw up a little bit when I start sticking my self-adhesive brads down, y'all, but I don't know if anybody's going to notice, but I stick it down, and then I realize there's a little girl on the one I stick on this little snow bingo card, and shoot if she's not crooked, and I could not get that up. So she'll be a little bit crooked when you see her go down, but it's all right. Now, here's where I'm kind of going, okay, I'm going to pull out these little brads. I'm thinking, initially I made the comment in the intro, I was going to make it look like they were just everywhere and just snowing everywhere. And then I realized I don't have the patience for that because I just don't. They take a minute to spread apart and all that, and it aggravates me. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a little more strategic with the placement. But I do take 2 of them, and I put them on this little chill out, what is that, a book tag, I guess? It says chill out. So that's going to go above Play. So I'm going to stick it through these, the little ends down here. Now, I will tell you it's tricky with brads on this because you can't spread out to the right or the left on the outsides because, of course, then the brad foot would show. So I have to go to the inside. So I do end up using adhesive tape or, the foam adhesive tape stuff to go up underneath that just to kind of hold it down. And the brads are more decorative than, they're not functional, they're just decorative. So I've done that, and now I'm going to start adding them to my actual layout here. And again, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to be strategic. But first I start with these little self-adhesive ones. This is the ones I mentioned to you. I screw up where the little girl's laying. I try to fix it. I lay her down there, and then I think, oh, you're crooked. And I try to pick it up. Nope, you're not moving. So she has to stay a little bit crooked. She's leaning to the right just a little. Oh, well. And then the lower left, I hadn't had anything going on down there. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to put some stuff down there. So I put the one with the little snow. It's like a little sleigh down on there. And so that's going to actually build out a little cluster down there when I get done. But at the moment, that was the first thing. I think I stuck snow angels down there maybe yet on the picture. But anyway, I'm going to stick these brads in here. Now, I will end up coming in, y'all, and I'll put washi tape on the back side of them. I kind of recommend you do something after you put brads in because otherwise it'll end up kind of maybe poking your other layouts or something. So after I do this, I don't put it on camera because it's not really anything to do with the front of the layout. But I do come back in and add some washi tape. I contemplated another piece of cardstock, but I decided against that because that's just too much trouble. But I do put some washi tape on the back side. So all I'm really kind of doing is building out little clusters of like 3 brads in each section now, using the self-adhesive as kind of the main brad or like a big brad. And then I'll add 2 additional brads from my little bucket there. And I'm going to put some in the upper left too. I do use a little, I call these X-Acto knives, and that's that's technically a brand name, so that's not really true. Craft knife maybe is the right term. Anyway, I do use those to poke my hole. I don't try to poke it with the brad. That's just not good. That's just too much trouble too. So I'll poke it first, and then I'll poke the little brad feet through there, and then that works out really well. And I think that looks really pretty. I like the little shininess of it. You know, makes you think of ice or whatever. And so that's all I'm going to do the layout, y'all. You can see now in that lower left where I stuck that little piece of green ephemera that says Loving the Magic of Wintertime. And then here's the slowdown so y'all can see all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. We're going to have a few people playing along with Iron Crafters, and I'm interested to see if they use buttons or brads or whatever they're going to use too. Anyway, thanks so much, and we will see you tomorrow. I am doing 30 days of sketches, so you'll see a video every day this month. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.